Good afternoon. How about a round of applause for the NRA and all the staff people who've worked so hard to put this together? This is a well-run convention, and Chris and his team in Washington are there on your behalf when any bill comes up for the Second Amendment or against the Second Amendment. The NRA legislative team led by Chris is there on your behalf, and they deserve a round of applause. I'm going to do something nobody else is probably going to do. I want to thank the Democrats who support the Second Amendment. And they are few. And folks, to get to 60 votes sometimes in the Senate, you're going to need a Democrat or two. On behalf of the Republican Party, thank you for being the anchor tenet of the Second Amendment. To Mike Huckabee, if I ever come visit you and your family, I come in peace, don't shoot. That's one tough preacher, isn't it? We've had brain surgeons, we have preachers, and now you got a lawyer. I guess we're heading in the wrong direction. What's the difference between a lawyer and a catfish? One's a bottom-dwelling, scum-sucking creature, and the other's a fish. If you can't take a joke, don't be a lawyer or get in politics. They asked us not long ago, somebody in Washington, how many guns do you own? Any gun owners here? One guy thought this was a retail association. He came to the wrong place. The bottom line is, I said about a dozen. I got to go back and actually count, but that's about right. But it's not how many you own, it's what you believe about the Second Amendment and how you conduct yourself. I've got 4 guns that really mean a lot to me. Does anybody have a gun that means a lot to you? Every one of them? Well, I got a .410 single-barrel shotgun that my dad gave me when I was 10 years old to go squirrel hunting with. It's the very first gun I've ever had in my life, and that gun means the world to me. I lost my dad when I was 22 and my mom when I was 21. She bought my college ring. I'm the first in my family to ever go to college. That ring means a lot to me. When I was a teenager, I woke up one Christmas morning and I had a 16-gauge, Sweet 16 Browning Belgium-made automatic. Yeah, that's what I said, woo. That gun means a lot to me. I have a Fox double-barrel 16-gauge shotgun that my grandfather gave to my father, who gave it to me. That gun means a lot to me. I've got an AR-15. That gun means a lot to me. And apparently to some of you. This August, I'm going to retire from the Air Force if I don't get court-martialed after 33 years. I do my reserve duty when I can in Iraq and Afghanistan. I've been there more times than I can count. But the unit I served with was in charge of detention operations for the prisoners we captured on the battlefield. A bunch of them in the unit decided to buy AR-15s at a discount, and we put the seal of the unit, Task Force 435, on that AR-15. That gun means a lot to me. You may not like the fact that I have these guns. You may disagree with the fact that I have these guns, but all I can say to you is I have a right to own these guns. I have a duty to be responsible with these guns. Do you agree with that also? With every right comes a responsibility. The next President of the United States you will elect soon. The next time you vote for president, make sure they've at least run a lemonade stand. They're proud of their country in terms of being exceptional. And they know somebody who owns a gun. No matter who you pick on the Republican side, I think just almost without exception, your Second Amendment rights will be well protected. You can sleep good at night knowing the White House will be in the hands of somebody who gets where you're coming from, which would be a blessing. Many of you have probably lost sleep over the last 6 years. But thanks to the NRA, Republicans and Democrats, we beat back, I think, the most aggressive gun control agenda in the history of the country. And I'm proud to say that without the NRA, we would not be able to do it. You really do matter, folks. But I want to change topics now. The next president of the United States needs not only be able to defend the Second Amendment, but defend this nation. The next time you vote, make sure you're voting for somebody that knows what the hell they're doing when it comes to being Commander-in-Chief. If you would, if you have served in the military, active, retired, Guard, or reserve, would you please stand up? Thank you all so very, very much. I have never been more worried than I am today about an attack on our homeland. President Obama's foreign policy is falling apart before our eyes. He is weak, indecisive, he is incompetent, our friends are afraid and our enemies are emboldened, and if it doesn't change soon, we're all going to regret it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in a war. This is not a time of peace. The officer who spoke before me killed a homegrown terrorist. There are more terrorist organizations with more capability, with more weapons, with more desire, and more safe havens to attack this country than any time before 9/11, and as a result of leading from behind. When America leads from behind, the world falls apart, and we need to stop this and stop it now. To our friends in Israel, you are not the problem. I proudly stand with the state of Israel. A lot of us are thinking about running for president. Here's the one thing I can tell you I think about a lot. Taking care of the 1% who've been doing the fighting for the last 14 years. The veteran. Missing a lot of holidays, a lot of birthdays. Some have come back in boxes, some have come back broken. All have come back affected by this long, hard war. But to the enemies of this nation, the military is not war weary. They are coming after you. Ladies and gentlemen, my goal is to keep the war over there so it never comes back here again. My goal is to make sure that we go after those bastards that are trying to kill us and everybody like us and make sure that they feel the wrath of this country, that we dig them out and we kill them because there's no other substitute. We're at war. We're at war with radical Islam. We're at war with people who hate us, who hate the idea that we would worship God differently than they would. We're at war with people who are crucifying young children, who are raping and selling women into bondage, who are putting people on fire. We're at war with some of the most hateful, despicable people, and we will win and they will lose. I do not know how to defend this nation without some of us being willing to go over there and fight and die. Freedom is not free. This country has been free for a couple of hundred years because some of us have been willing to fight and die for that freedom. There is no other substitute. Radical Islam is something that can't be appeased. You could close Gitmo and give the Palestinians everything they want, and they still would be coming after you. You know why they come after you? Because you won't bend to their will. They're trying to purify their religion. They're trying to destroy Christianity right in front of us. This is 2015, and we're about to reduce military spending to all-time lows. We're on track to have the smallest army since 1940, the smallest Navy since 1915, the smallest Marine Corps in modern history, ground 30 fighter squadrons in the United States Air Force, because Congress is too stupid to understand that the first thing you got to do is get national security right. So here's what I promise you. I'm not only going to defend the Second Amendment, I'm going to go back and rebuild the Department of Defense to keep those people who want to kill us over there so they can't come here. Ladies and gentlemen, let's rededicate ourselves as Americans to standing up for our freedoms here at home, making sure that people overseas who would live in peace with us can enjoy those freedoms. Let's be willing to fight for America because she's worth fighting for. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make sure that America is still worth dying for. I believe it is worth fighting for. I believe it is worth dying for. And the only thing I know to tell you is that we live in difficult times, but we will get through these times. And the people in this audience are the ones who pay the taxes. You're God-fearing and you're hardworking. God bless you. And my goal is to make sure that your voice is heard from the now till the time that mine is silent. God bless you all. God bless America. God bless those who serve this country. Thank you very much.